had to choose a software,
Yeah. To
like that's
start out with.
to start out with, for like what would you recommend, or what would
That's
you
a good
recommend,
question.
and what advice would you give, I guess, the younger gen?
That's a good question because I don't know. Like, I don't want to claim to be,
Yeah,
like someone who has like amazing foresight,
yeah,
but I could be wrong. But I would say if you want a job like right now,
hmm
you need to be good at Maya.
yeah,
If you want to get hired right now, this second, or
yeah,
like within the next year or two,
yeah,
you need to be good at Maya because that's going to give you the most opportunity to get hired.
hmm
But if you want to stay in the industry for a long time, you should absolutely be learning Blender on the side.
hmm And this is
Like
for
if
animation, right?
this is for animation,
Yeah.
but maybe even in general, because it seems like the industry as a whole, because Blender is a general
hmm
application, it's
Yeah.
like it competes almost directly with like Maya and
hmm
other general applications like
Yeah.
3ds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you want to just use it for anything like modeling,
hmm
sculpting, even, and like 2D stuff,
hmm
that's definitely something to consider. I think you should be learning it now because in the next, I don't know, 5 6 years, you'll start to see more and more studios shift over.
Yeah.
And once they've kind of built their infrastructure around it, there's still things that like I know for sure it won't be any good at right now for a big studio, like pipeline integration. Like
Okay.
Maya is so well integrated in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
It's got like USD support. USD is a big one because that's how the industry is moving in VFX and
hmm
in animation.
Yeah.
So people are moving over to like USD workflows where we're not handing off like alembics and handing off like OBJs and all this
hmm
like kind of old school formats. You're
Formats.
just
Yeah.
handing off USD format now, and it comes into another application the way you'd expect it to. So
hmm
like everything's in the right place.
hmm
All your lights are in the right place, all your shaders all attached. It's just like a much better way to work
Yeah.
than just handing off individual things that you have to re-piece together in another piece of software.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, maybe just like I was saying, like just reskilling all the old stuff will
Yeah.
take a while. So
Yeah. So yeah, I think so too. Like I mean, Maya's here to stay. Like when you're a Goliath, you're not gonna go down that easily. Like,
yeah,
um, the animation by far, like Maya is still super robust, and
yeah,
this is not even including all the scripts that people have written over the years.
yeah. Like
All
people
the
have built entire
yeah,
like an entire ecosystem around
exactly.
like scripts and
Yeah.
tools.
Like, let's say even, for example, like our dynamic overlap tool, right? It sounds like
Yeah.
I'm a freaking advertising our product.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the
It's
case,
a
but like,
sneaky plug. Boom.
yeah, yeah, this is not a plug. But like even just like for overlap, like an overlap tool, like I can't even imagine getting that in other softwares, like, or where to find it.
Yeah,
There's just so many different ones in, like,
yeah.
in
Like
like the
if
people have
yeah,
created.
I think if you want a tool to do something, like Maya's probably got one out there that does it.
Exactly.
Someone's written it like
Yeah.
somewhere in time. Someone had the same idea as you.
Yeah.
They've done it. Um, so there's a lot of vested interest, I'd say, in
Yeah.
keeping Maya alive. Not just even from like a corporate level, but from like
Artists.
individual
Yeah.
level where an artist level where they've spent so much time learning it, they've written so many tools for it, they've built entire
hmm
workflows around it
Yeah.
that it's hard to kind of
Yeah.
uproot all that stuff, all that work that's been put down.
Yeah.
But it'll happen though. It's gonna
Yeah.
it'll happen at some point, and then like you either you with the current or you drown. So
Yeah.
I feel
So,
like people have to start to switch over, but it'll be a
yeah.
painful process.
Yeah. I think like like the vast amount of like tools that are out there, even like for example an arc tracer. Do you know how many versions there are? Like different versions there are
Yeah.
for that tool alone, like that
You can
function
find
alone.
your version, find
Yeah,
your preferred. I
yeah,
like the way the UI looks in this one. I'm gonna
yeah,
choose this guy.
exactly. And like of course Animbot, that's like the hot animation like add-on, right? For Maya.
Yeah,
I can't like funny enough though, Blender they do like I'm not sure. Okay, I don't. This is all like I'm not sure about this, but I saw that they have a script that is exactly the same as Animbot in terms of graph editor functions, how they can blend the graph. All those functions are the same in this add-on in Blender. So I was wondering, I was curious. I was like, did Animbot copy this, or did the add-on
they
in
copy
Blender
Animal.
copied Animbot? But it's cute. Like it makes me wonder, like, ooh, like who copied who, you know?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like for sure, like Maya and the like I would agree. Maya definitely for the current short term. If you need a job, you're getting out of college right now, learn Maya. You know, it's the
Yeah.
fastest way for you to get a job. But
And I
if
think it extends beyond animation too. Like if you're a
yeah,
rigger,
hmm
if you want to do something like if you're going to get hired as a rigger,
hmm
you should definitely know Maya
yeah,
because
every
like
other animators,
95% of the
yeah,
the rigging out there is
yeah,
done in Maya. So
yeah,
it's definitely
um,
going to be a tricky one if you're starting out right now.
yeah,
And I would like, I'd split your time in a way that makes sense.
mhm,
You need to be good enough to get hired,
mhm,
in like in a role that uses Maya, but you also need to be like not neglecting what's happening on the
yeah,
Blender side.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. It's sort of yeah. I think there will be a transition period, so I think if you can learn it on the side, it's definitely. I mean, it won't hurt, you know.
yeah. And
But
also
yeah,
kind of it depends what your goals are too. I feel like if you're doing an indie production and you have no money, then
yeah,
it just makes sense to just use Blender.
yeah,
Like
for
you
sure.
just have to like
Mhm.
hack your way through it however you can,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah, but yeah.
yeah, so
So I
yeah,
think we can conclude that.
complicated,
Well, I
complicated
think
situation.
overall, like I think we can decide that Maya for the current and near future, and
Yeah,
Blender probably in the far off future for animation.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Well, I guess this is the episode for
yeah.
this week, and
For
we'll
this week,
catch
yeah.
this week. So we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching or listening to our content. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again. Peace.